Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, today's racing brought to you by Jade Monkey, creators of stunning imagery. Go to jademonkey.com for more. Alright, if you haven't seen the draw, we're just going to review quickly and see who's racing who. First up, in Group A, we've got Hot Car Track driving Fallen Angel versus League of Speed in the Camaro. Then we've got Hot Wheels Calgary driving Escort Service versus Dredger 5663 in the Hurricane. The heavyweight 2D driving for 3D Botmaker in the 49-gram C10 versus Fearless Ferguson driving for Tune Tracks Racing. In the additional races, we've got Rev 1 Hard driving FU versus Hot Wheels Racing in the Corvette, and the rookie Steve Stevenson in the WRX versus Charlie Stirk in the Nuclear Buick. Moving across to Group B now, we've got Mike Mays driving Hot Mercury versus Scorpio Love Smith in the Blue Roadster. Then we've got Jimbo in the Chevelle versus Brian Vaughan in Horseplay. Jimbo having some troubles yesterday, let's hope he's managed to sort the car out and he'll have a better showing on the track today. Then we've got Turtle driving Grey Beast versus Strychnine and Blowing Up. Short wheelbase Mustang with a massive engine. In the additional races, we've got DIECAST Racer X driving Purple Death versus Kit KM and 3100 Problems. And finally, Pete Beardsley driving Orange Ruffy versus Cloak Hitter and the Firebird. Alright, if you're not familiar with Chaos Canyon, we sent young Steve Stevenson, the rookie for Chaos Canyon, out onto the track to give you a quick overview and see it from a driver's perspective. Over to you, Steve.
Right, the boys have asked me to take you on a run through the track. So as you can see, I'm sitting at the start gate here, just warming up, waiting for the pegs to drop, and then we'll be underway. So we're off down to the first corner. It's going to be a bit tricky. You've got to lay hard on the brakes. It's a tight turn. You can see, then down the big drop, up the dipper, over the bridge. As we go over the bridge, it's hard on the brakes into that left-hander. Got to get your car under control, get it pointed in the right direction for the double dip down to the big jump finish.
Alright, thanks for that, Steve. Alright, let's get into the racing. First up, we've got Charlie Stirk versus Steve Stevenson. The rookie Stevenson has been on the track a little bit testing. He was also testing the other vehicles, so he's fairly familiar with the track, but let's see if that helps him or not. He was still patchy in practice. Lane 1, we've got Stevenson driving for Chaos Canyon versus Charlie Stirk for CS Racing in Lane 2. And they're off. Stevenson out to an early lead. Over the jump. Oh, he's flipped. Stirk gets caught up. That's a shame. Let's try again. Stevenson off again to an early lead. Over the jump. Quick 360 and over the finish line. Stevenson taking the first win of the tournament. A great drive from the rookie there. Stirk unable to actually make it to the finish line, which is a shame. Hopefully he can have a better showing in the second round. Alright, race 2. Stirk on the inside. Stevenson out to an early lead. Over the jump. Round the corner. Oh, he slid. Oh, and Stirk takes advantage. The rookie slips up. Stirk sees the opening. Blazes through. Let's have another look at that replay. So Stevenson with a commanding lead here, bounces off the walls unfortunately, leaves a little gap, Stirk sees it, floors the accelerator, over the line. That's one apiece. Can't afford to make mistakes like that in a race of high stakes. Stirk back on the inside after the coin toss to decide the second lane. Again, Stevenson out to an early lead. Oh, he's backing up. Will he make it? No! But he blocks Stirk. Neither driver finishes. A double DNF means we have to run again. Same lanes, quite even coming out of there. Stevenson ahead on the jump. Around, down the double dipper and over the line. Stevenson taking the win. Stirk again unable to finish. That means Stirk is out of the competition, unfortunately. And Stevenson with a huge leap over the finish line there. It's definitely been a signature move for him in testing. And you see Stirk in the most graphic vehicle in the field. Alright, round 1A. Rev 1 Hard versus Hot Wheels Racing. FU versus the Corvette. Pretty even out of the start gate. Oh, FU gets caught up there. The Corvette around the second turn. A little bit of a drift. Slows down, but just takes the win. FU coming up hard there. Rev 1 Hard accelerating hard in that last stretch, just wasn't able to pull it back. Bit of a mistake there from Hot Wheels Racing. Slowing down, coming out of turn 2, not sure what happened there. They changed lanes. Corvette out to an early lead. Into the second corner. Oh, he slows down again. Rev 1 Hard sees the gap. Takes the win. One apiece. Some simple mistakes happening in these early rounds. These drivers are really going to have to tidy up if they're going to take it any further in this competition. You can see here, nice jump, but he loses it on the entry to turn 2, slows him right down. Unlike Rev 1 Hard, it just doesn't matter how fast you are out of the gate, it's who makes it over the finish line. I'm sure it won't be the first one we see like that, or the last. Quite even, it's winner takes all in this one. Oh, both drivers out. Getting caught up over the jump. That's a shame. I'm going to have to restart again. Here we go. Corvette, slight bump going in. Leading ahead. Oh, he's over again. Blocks the track. Both drivers down. What happened with the Corvette there? Comes across. Oh, he clipped the wall. Clipped the wall after the jump. Flipped him on his side. Luckily for him, holding out Rev 1 Hard there. Hot Wheels Racing out to an early lead. Over the jump. Clean this time. He's reversing up. Will he make it? Yes! With a little bit of help from FU. FU giving him a bit of a nudge. Gives Hot Wheels Racing the win. Very lucky there. So that means in the Group 1A additional, we've got Hot Wheels Racing in the Corvette against Steve Stevenson, the rookie. So just having a look at that finish there again. Hot Wheels Racing was almost out of steam, and that little tap just managed to get him over the line, give him the win. So that moves both those drivers into the Group A. They'll be facing off. The winner of their race will face off against the winner of Fearless Ferguson in 2D. Some big names in this group. League of Speed, Hot Car Track. In fact, Hot Car Track, the only other down under contender. Alright, let's moving into Group B additional. We've got Kit Cam driving for Gen X Racing, Vintage Racing, sorry, and the 3100 Problems. DIECAST Racer X driving Purple Death, Co-Kidder and a Firebird, and Pete Beardsley and Orange Ruffy driving for Gaffer Tape Racing. Alright, Pete Beardsley in Lane 1, Co-Kidder Lane 2. Orange Ruffy versus the Firebird. Pretty even out of the start gate. Firebird takes the lead down to the jump. Around, flawless run for the win. And in comes Orange Ruffy. So, Co-Kidder here, pretty even, but had more pace coming out of that turn 1. Beautiful jump. He was going off track there, but then pulls it in, drifts beautifully around corner 2 there, and then through for the big jump win. You can see him. Oh, he lands on that sidewall, but he'd managed to turn the car in midair. Beautiful bit of driving there. Alright, Beardsley out to an early lead. Round turn 2. And across the line for the win, Beardsley. Very tasty and clean drive there. Coke Hitter getting caught up. It's lucky he didn't fall down the gap there. Must have hit the brakes or had some engine trouble or something. Not really sure. Didn't catch it as we ran past. But that's now one apiece. Have to go to a decider. Here we go. Next win moves on. Coke Hitter out in front. Oh! Almost loses it at the end. Pete Beardsley coming up, hoping to take the win. Unfortunately, taps Coke Hitter over the line. That's the end of the competition for Pete Beardsley. Coke Hitter will be moving on once they manage to right his vehicle and check it to make sure there's no damage. Beardsley is strong through testing. The car was very consistent, but you can see here that Firebird just has too much power, although he almost lost it. And then Beardsley giving him a, well, see you later, pal. Tapping the side, rolls him over. Almost taking up the sponsor sign there. Okay, next round. Kit KM in 3100 Problems versus DIECAST Racer X and Purple Death. Problem on second corner there. Oh, both drivers tied up. 3100 Problems having a problem, surprisingly. On his side. Running again. 3100 Problems out in front. Beautifully around the second corner. Bit of a drift. Takes the win. That's one for Kit KM and Gen X Vintage Racing. Beautiful bit of driving there. Purple Death. Problem again on corner 2. Not quite sure what happened. We've just heard engine failure. The engine cut out on the jump. Right, running again. Kit KM out to an early lead. Another tasty drive. Oh, he spins around, takes the win. A lot of tapping going on this finish line. Purple Death, not happy. Here we see sliding into corner 2 backwards. 3100 Problems. Driven by Kit KM. Another drift. Then a mid-track drift into a 180. Almost slowed him down too much. Luckily he had just enough momentum to cross the line. Drivers just have to cross the front of that line. But with Purple Death in reverse there, DIECAST Racer X unable to see, slams right into him, knocks him over the line. Alright, that completes the Group B additional. That means Kit KM and Coke Hitter move through to join Strychnine 601 and Turtle. Then Brian Vaughan Jimbo and Scorpio Lovesmith versus Mike Mays. Some top drivers in this heat. Be interesting to see how Strychnine 601 goes in the short wheelbase Mustang with that massive engine. Seemed to do quite well in qualifying. But let's see. Group A Round 1. League of Speed versus Hot Car Track. Dredger 5663 versus Hot Wheels Calgary. Fearless Ferguson against the heavyweight 2D, then Hot Wheels Racing and Steve Stevenson. Impressed that the rookie made it through round 1 in the initial heat. Not sure if he's got the stamina to make it any further, but he knows the track. Maybe that'll work in his favour. Alright, first up, Steve Stevenson driving for Chaos Canyon against Hot Wheels Racing for Stuff and More Hot Wheels. And they're off. Stevenson out to an early lead. Hard into turn 1. Over the jump cleanly. Round corner 2. Hooked up on the front of the Corvette there. Stevenson with the win. Hot Wheels Racing be disappointed with that. He was trying to get in through the gap. Oh, we'll see here. So Stevenson, mucking around mid-track for some reason, gets hooked up on the nose. The Corvette almost gets past. Stevenson just manages to pull out the win. We're off again. Stevenson again off to an early lead. Over the jump. Oh, but he cocks it up completely. He's back on his wheels and takes the win. What the heck happened there? That's incredible. Stevenson should have been out. He rolled coming off that jump. Must have been Hot Wheels Racing come around the corner. Must have righted the car. Here we go. Let's have another look. So Stevenson rolls through the nose of his car. Massive barrel roll. Oh, he actually managed to get right through onto his wheels. Then Hot Wheels Racing comes through, gives him an extra nudge. That extra speed helps him in reverse over the finish line. What is it with these rally car drivers and crossing the line in reverse? Seems to be very popular nowadays. Okay, that means Stevenson continues. Now the heavyweight, 2D, driving for 3D Botmaker against Fearless Ferguson, driving for Tune Tracks Racing. That Chevy truck weighing in at 49 grams. Fearless won't want to get in a tangle with him or it'll be all over. 2D out to an early lead. Oh! Wipes out, he's back on his wheels and takes the one in reverse. Fearless giving him a tap in the windscreen, also in reverse. Another rally driver liking to reverse over this finish line. Not sure what's going on there. 2D nearly blew it in the first round. Coming off that jump, landing badly. Here we go. 2D with a very strong lead. Bounces and flips onto his side. Up on his side, a little bit of a bounce off the wall by the look of it. And then Fearless manages to hit into his roof. Flips him back on his wheels. And the weight of that truck giving it more than enough momentum to get up and over for the win. An incredible race. Ferguson there trying to park on 2D. Alright, they switch lanes for race number 2. Ferguson this time out to an early lead. Can he hold it? 2D with a beautiful pass off the jump. Oh, Ferguson back. That's incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, did you see that pass? I'm speechless. That was incredible. I have to see that again. That was amazing. 2D with a beautiful overtake off the jump. Thought it was all over for Ferguson there. But coming off that turn, 2D makes a huge mistake, pulls wide. Ferguson sees the gap and floors it, gets through with an amazing win. That's incredible, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're here for. This is the kind of racing we want. Here's another look at that overtake. It was neck and neck in the last few inches and then boom. Ferguson takes it. Beautiful bit of driving there. Fearless by name, fearless by nature. Winner takes all. Oh, Ferguson blows it on that first corner. 2D reversing up. Has he got the speed? No. Just pulls short. Drivers must make it past the past the front edge of that checkered area to be considered a finish. Let's see what happens. Ferguson rolls again in corner 1. 2D with a beautiful line out of turn 2 and an easy win. Huge jump there from the heavyweight. Ferguson unfortunately unable to replicate his win in round 2 there. Oh, that's a shame. That was just a beautiful bit of driving by Ferguson. Shame to see him go. Alright, next up, Hot Wheels Calgary versus Dredger 5663. The Hurricane. Oh! Hot Wheels Calgary already over. The Hurricane reversing in yet again. Maybe this should be a thing. What happened with Hot Wheels Calgary there? Bounced off the wall. Oh, he gets his front wheel up and flips when he hits that central marker. That's a shame. Here we go again. So a little bit of bounce. Gets that front wheel up. Can't correct it in time. Then where the join in the track is, flips him over onto his roof. The Hurricane takes an easy win. We've just heard from the officials Hot Wheels Calgary is okay to continue, which is great. Okay. Oh! Taking out the sign there. Hot Wheels Calgary comes around. Oh, just couldn't do it. Gets jammed up. The Hurricane taking out the slow corner sign there. It's not very good manners. We worked hard on that. Here we go again. Pops up. It's almost like he did that on purpose. It's like he steered up onto that barrier. Luckily for him, it didn't matter because both drivers DNF'd. Hot Wheels Calgary blows it again. Hurricane stuck again. Few drivers drifting wide on that corner, catching a wheel, and that's the end of the race right there. Off again. Let's see if we can get someone to finish the race this time. Hot Wheels Calgary's out again. The Hurricane hands him the win. That's unfortunate for Hot Wheels Calgary. Not even able to complete a full lap, but these things happen in racing. Alright, Hot Car Track, driving Fallen Angel versus League of Speed in the Camaro. Camaro having some trouble in yesterday's heats. Let's see how he goes today. Hot Car Track out in the lead. Can't make the finish. That's a shame. Bounces off the walls. The Camaro struggling again. Can't make it over the gap. He's really going to have to sort that out. We start from race 1 again. That's much better from the Camaro. Oh, too much speed. Hot Car Track takes the win. It's a shame. League of Speed finally found top gear coming down the hill. Led over the jump, but into turn 2, just carried too much speed. Watch it here. So landed well, but came in way too hot. Flips on his roof, tries to slide to the finish. Hot Car Track with a beautiful overtake maneuver there, avoids the wreck, takes the win. Another great piece of driving. They switch lanes. Oh, Camaro taking a few hits on the way down. Hot Car Track. Oh, takes the win. Thought he was going to jam the track up there for a minute. Came out of turn 2, went sideways. Luckily for him, League of Speed came in, tapped him just enough to right him around so he could continue down the track. Here we go. He gets stuck, and then League of Speed taps him in the rear end, spins him around, essentially handing him the win. League of Speed unable to find that top gear in time to get ahead. Alright, Hot Car Track, moving on. League of Speed out. So there's your races for round 2. Hot Car Track versus Dredger 5663. 2D versus Steve Stevenson. Can Stevenson stand up to the heavyweight? It's going to be an interesting matchup. The rookie versus the experience. Stevenson hasn't faced an opponent like that before. Alright, moving into Group B. Scorpio Love Smith versus Mike Mays. Brian Vaughan versus Jimbo. Strychnine 601 versus Turtle. Kit Kayam versus Coke Hitter. Strychnine 601 driving that short wheelbase Mustang with the massive engine. Let's see if the horsepower works to his advantage or not. Alright, first up, Coke Hitter versus Kit Kayam. Gen X Vintage Racing driving the 3100 Problems. Had a few problems in his initial heat. Firebird out to an early lead. Over the jump, sliding through the corner. Down, unable to finish. Gives the win to Kit Kayam. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the racing we are here to see. Coke Hitter blowing it completely, comes down, and then for some reason takes his foot off the gas, thinks he's there, doesn't quite reach it, opens the door for Kit Kayam. Kayam comes through, says, "Thank you very much, I'll take the win." Disappointing for the Firebird, but Gen X Racing's got to be happy with that performance. Let's see if he can do it again. Off again, 3100 Problems on the inside. Kayam off the track completely. The Firebird rolls, still unable to complete. That's incredible. He had that in the bag. There was no one else on the track with him. Let's have a look. Kit Kayam goes incredibly wide, has completely the wrong line on that jump. Completely wrong. The Firebird coming down, Coke Hitter somehow gets his car up and over, rolls it. Massive slide, but just loses too much speed, unable to make the finish. This is rough racing, ladies and gentlemen. This track is not forgiving at all. Kit Kayam out in front, rolls, both drivers over. Kayam trying to reach the finish line on his side. Got a good amount of slide there coming out of turn 2. Firebird on its roof. Off again. Kit Kayam rolls. Firebird. Can he finish this time? Yes! Beautiful drive. Coke Hitter finally able to find his feet on the track. With Kit Kayam getting stuck in turn 2. Noses it in, unable to control the drift coming out of the jump. rolls. KM getting caught up. Can't complete. Unable to push his way past there. That's unfortunate. Both drivers blowing some easy wins here. Off again. Firebird off the track this time. Kit KM takes the win. Both drivers in this heat taking a trip off the track completely at the jump. Here we go. KM may have actually pushed him out there. They were completely even coming over that jump. Alright, moving on. Turtle versus Strychnine. That short wheelbase Mustang. Will it struggle? Beast takes the win. Turtle for Rust Belt Racing. Right, race number 2. Turtle around. Oh, Strychnine takes the win. Turtle getting overconfident after that jump. Comes around, decides to do a 180, thinks he'll back it in after watching the other drivers. Strychnine sees where he's going, ducks quickly across to the other side of the track. That powerful engine giving him the juice he needs to pull off an amazing passing maneuver. He then shuts the gate so that Turtle can't get past. Alright, winner takes all this time. Who's going to take it? Turtle out in front. Turtle by name, Turtle, not by nature. Takes the win, pushes Strychnine out. Oh, Strychnine on his roof. Too much power coming out of turn 2. Of course, he would have struggled to see anything as well. Jimbo and the Chevelle struggled yesterday up against Brian Vaughan and Horseplay. But Chevelle, thought he was going to crash again early on. Brian Vaughan with a huge jump. Massive win there. At least the Chevelle finally made the finish line. Let's have another look at that. Check out this jump, ladies and gentlemen. That is a huge jump. That's well outside anything we've seen before. Horseplay giving it the beans. That's a fearless driver right there. Okay, Chevelle on the outside, left behind. Turtle blows it. You know what happens when you put a turtle on its back? It goes nowhere. The Chevelle also pulling a turtle move there. Not quite sure what happened. He's definitely struggled in testing. He's struggling during the race. Alright, Horseplay off to an early lead. Beautiful line out of turn 2 and an easy win. That's the end of Jimbo driving for Ultra Speed, unfortunately, in the Chevelle. And what happened there? We're just getting word, ladies and gentlemen. Engine failure. Unfortunately, came off the start, misfired, the engine shut down, wasn't able to complete. Alright, Mike Mays versus Scorpio Love Smith. Mays out to an early lead, both into the jump. Mays takes it around turn 2, through to the finish. Very nice drive there. Scorpio Love Smith caught up at turn 2 in reverse. A lot of drivers struggling with that second turn. It's hard when you come off that jump at speed. Mays out in front and in for another win. Clean sweep. Scorpio Love Smith not even getting a look in there. As we go into round 2, Mike Mays versus Brian Vaughan. Turtle versus Kit KM. Some fast rides there, ladies and gentlemen. Be great to see who takes the next one. Who's your money on? Turtle having a very strong showing there. Kit KM, bit patchy. Brian Vaughan and Horseplay very fast. Mike Mays, so far the only driver to make a clean sweep. Right, we're off to our first special event. We've got the trucks race. We've got Crockett and Tubbs driving Ranchero Sauce versus Maverick and Goose driving the Chevys. The age-old Ford versus Chevy. Who will take the win? 4 drivers. This is going to be carnage. And they're off, ladies and gentlemen. They will make it through turn 1. Carnage on turn 2. The Ranchero is holding up the traffic. Chevys look like they were strong enough to push through. They're definitely the heavier team on the track. But unfortunately, just not able to make it past. Getting caught up in the narrow area there. They came off the jump, taking a bit of track there with them. All drivers getting a bit loose. The Ranchero flips over, blocks the second driver from getting through, and unfortunately that was it. No one was going anywhere. Gonna have to start that race again. Oh, Ranchero Sauce there, just adding a bit of stamp on that one. Off again. Ranchero out to an early lead, blows it again. Can they get past this time? No, again they get held up. These Rancheros seem to spend a lot of time on their roof. Alright, we'll switch lanes this time, ladies and gentlemen, see if we can get a clean race. The Chevy out to an early lead. He's off. Oh, he's blowing it. He's lost his traction. And the Ranchero slips by. Yet another pass in that last section of track. You really can't let your guard down for even a second here, ladies and gentlemen. You have to be on your game at all times. That means Ranchero Sauce will progress on. Let's have a look here. The Chevy way out in front, clear track. Gets a little bit sideways, bounces off the walls, loses traction, almost sticks it completely sideways, manages to get it around, struggling to find reverse by the look of it. Misses the gear, starts to roll back down, and that must have been heartbreaking to watch the Ranchero fly by in reverse and take the win. This is a one and done race, ladies and gentlemen. First team across the line wins. Okay, back to the racing. Group A round 2, Hot Car Track versus Dredger 5663 and the heavyweight 2D versus Steve Stevenson. Can the rookie hold his own? And how will that Hurricane go against a proper track car? Let's find out. Right, first up, Stevenson versus 2D. Stevenson, the inside lane, off to an early lead. He rolls it. 2D handed the win, and he stalls. He blows it. Stevenson off to an early lead again. Stuck on the jump. Oh, 2D gets caught up, clips him, blows his line off the jump, knocking Stevenson down into the gap. Gonna have to start again. These boys are gonna have to tidy up their racing if they're gonna finish. 2D unfortunately unable to complete there. Okay, 2D on the inside. Stevenson with the pass. Oh, 2D pushes him out of the way. You can do that when you're the heaviest in the field. Nothing's going to stand in your way if you want past. Stevenson on his roof, but we heard he's okay. So Stevenson, off the jump here, tries to get that line, drifts a little early, overcooks the drift coming out, catches the track. 2D says, thank you very much, get out of my way. And over the finish line. 2D only needs one more. Stevenson going to have a flawless run here. Stevenson back on the inside. He's off fast. Drifts. He's in reverse. 2D tries to push past, but Stevenson takes the win. What happens here? He drifts too early again. Stevenson's going to have to tidy up that corner. 2D tries to push past, but unfortunately straightens him up. Takes the win. All right, we are all tied up, ladies and gentlemen. Next driver that wins moves on. Stevenson again to an early lead. Hang on, was that the same footage? Did Stevenson actually win that, or was that just the same footage? Because it looked almost identical. What's going on here? 2D just in behind, Stevenson reversing. We're going to need to see a side-by-side because that looked like the same footage. Here we go. So race 2. No, it's definitely different footage, but almost an exact identical race. 2D chasing hard. Both times, Stevenson reversing up for the win. That's amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely amazing. We've never had two separate races look so identical. Alright, Dredger 5663 driving for Scrappy Angels versus Hot Car Track, the only other down under contender. Hot Car Track out to an early lead. Perfect line there, and takes the win. Hot Car Track with a stunning run. The Hurricane not so much. Again down through the gap. That Hurricane not really designed for this track. This is more of a proper off-road racetrack. Whoa! Hot car track pulling a stunt there in the second race. Getting a little bit overconfident early. He was lucky that he still managed to cross the finish line. What happened there? The Hurricane was up on the side barrier. Hot car track drifts around, overcooks it, pulls a quick 360, then another 90 degree, and decides to back down the rest of the track. I guess he was watching out in case that Hurricane came through. Luckily for him, he still had enough juice in the tank to get over the line. Ladies and gentlemen, that means Hot Car Track and Steve Stevenson move on. The Hurricane not performing, even though it's a high-performance vehicle. That's a shame. Maybe next time. Alright, Hot Car Track so far with probably one of the most flawless runs. Stevenson's really going to have his work cut out in the next round. They were tight in his previous two races. I mean, those races with 2D. Just incredible stuff. Okay. Group B, round 2. Mike Mays driving Hot Mercury. Brian Vaughan and Horseplay. Horseplay working very fast so far. Then we've got Turtle driving the Grey Beast for Rust Belt Racing versus Kit Cam for Gen X Vintage Racing, driving 3100 Problems. Kit Cam having a few problems on the track today, jumping off the track completely at one point, rolling a few times, still managed to pull off a couple of wins, but will he have it against Turtle? Alright, first up, Mike Mays for RTR DIECAST Racing League versus Brian Vaughan from Redline Derby in Horseplay. Mays cocks it up in turn 1, and Horseplay, Mays picks it up again, tries to slip past, Horseplay in the way. Brian Vaughan here, up on his side, gets around the turn. Was he a skateboarder before he was a race car driver? Then into a barrel roll 180 off the centre barrier, reversing down to the jump. This is the first person we've had go reverse over the jump. Luckily for him, he manages to make it, carries around, and then here, a quick 180 spin, and down, but then for some reason, tries another fancy manoeuvre and blows it. Going again. They're off. Can they get around? Oh dear. Hot Mercury blows it. Brian Vaughan taking the win. Hot Mercury trying to get down to the finish line on his roof. Not the only one to try that manoeuvre. I can tell you that won't work. No matter how much speed you're coming out of turn 2 with, there is just too much friction on your roof. He almost managed to overtake and block the lane, but just unable to make the finish. They switch lanes. Hot Mercury off to a fast lead. Horseplay rolls it, and Mercury blows it again. These drivers having some real trouble here tonight. Hot Mercury in the lead through turn 2 this time. Yes, beautiful line, takes the win. Horseplay hot on his heels. That's one for Hot Mercury. Leading again from the same lane due to the coin flip, which decides that third run. Hot Mercury takes the win. Horseplay shut out just at the end. Both drivers drifting hard, unfortunately overcook it. Then it's a reverse race down to the finish. Mays, seeing where Horseplay was going, manages to block his line, force him to turn to try and take the other side, slows him down. Right, Kit Cam driving 3100 Problems versus Turtle for Rust Belt Racing. Whoa! What happened there? Looked like 3100 got tagged in the back there. We're off again, even over the jump. The Grey Beast takes the win. Turtle for Rust Belt Racing. Unfortunately, Kit Cam ending up on his roof at turn 2 there. Change lanes. Turtle out in front. Turtle round the corner. Can he make it? Yes, he does. We believe he made it. Waiting for the officials. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's official. He did make that run. Congratulations to Turtle. He moves on. Alright. That means your Group 3 drivers are Mike Mays, driving for RTR DIECAST Racing League, against Turtle, driving for Rust Belt Racing. Hot Mercury versus the Grey Beast. Who's going to take that matchup, do you think? It's been some great races so far, ladies and gentlemen. Plenty more to come. Alright, we move to truck round number 2. Good old boys, Luke and Bo and the Rancheros versus Smokey and the Bandit. Rancheros taking out race 1. Let's see if they can repeat race 2. Oh, all drivers wrecking there. Good old boys trying to sneak through. Team hauling ass. Oh, everybody gets smacked up there. Let's have another look at that. From jump cam here, the Ranchero lands on the Chevy. They all go wide, slam into the side of the building. It's a restart. Ranchero's over, Chevy out to the lead. Taking a 1-2 finish. Smokey and the Bandit taking the win for Team Haulin' Ass. Good old boys are out. Alright. Semifinals. Hot Car Track versus Steve Stevenson. Mike Mays versus Turtle. Who will win? First up, Stevenson versus Hot Car Track. Stevenson in lane 1. Can he bring it home? It's off to an early lead. Nicely into the turn. Oh no, he's going sideways. Oh, he just holds on there, ladies and gentlemen. That was nail-biting stuff. Hot Car Track trying to slip around the outside. Just incredible bit of racing. Stevenson lucky there. He was doing well. Unfortunately loses traction over that little bump. Gets a tap in the rear from Hot Car Track. Blocks Hot Car Track's line. Slows him down just enough to sneak ahead for the win. Stevenson very lucky there. I don't think Hot Car Track will let him get away with that again. Oh, Stevenson blows it on turn 1. Hot Car Track with a perfect line. Easy win. Ladies and gentlemen, that's one apiece. This is sudden death now. Stevenson completely cooking turn 1. Can he tie it up for the final race? Stevenson out in front. Hot Car Track with the takeover. Blocking Stevenson. Oh, they both get caught up. Hot Car Track trying to return the favour from Stevenson earlier on. A stunning jump manoeuvre there. Lands on the inside. Shuts Stevenson out from his line. They battle constantly coming through. This is the narrowest part of the track. It's only just 2 cars wide. They both make it through. Hot Car Track in front. Tries to slow Stevenson down. Stevenson pushing hard. Just can't get those wheels around. We go again. Both drivers pushing hard. Stevenson overcooks turn 1. Hot Car Track sideways. They're still going. And Hot Car Track takes the win. Stevenson will be gutted. Congratulations to Hot Car Track. You're going to the finals. Let's have another look at what happened there. Stevenson gets his front wheel up on the barrier, drifts around. Some beautiful rally driving skills there. Hot Car Track takes the advantage, leaps out ahead, goes too hard into turn 2. Stevenson gets caught up, can't both fit through the narrows another time. That means that Hot Car Track and Fallen Angel goes through. Incredible bit of driving there. Stevenson, a valiant effort for a young rookie driver. Alright, coming up now, we've got Mike Mays driving for RTR versus Turtle driving for Rust Belt Racing. Turtle on the inside. Turtle leading out of turn 1. Mays pushing hard, comes around the corner side by side, takes the win. That was a beautiful bit of driving. You can see here the Mercury in behind. Mays floors it coming down, gets right side by side going around turn 2, jumps across in front of Turtle, and takes the win. Beautiful bit of driving there from Mays. Absolutely stunning. Okay, coming down. Race 2, Mercury out in front. Oh! Can the Mercury finish? Yes, he takes the win. Another clean sweep for Mays. Amazing bit of driving, but what happened there? The beast goes wide, slams into that rail again. Let's see if we can slow that down a bit more. Huge jump there. Just goes a little bit wide, catches the corner of the track, flips him off the track completely. Mays a little bit rattled. Thought he was going to lose it there. Luckily he's able to convert the win. That means we have a finalist, Mike Mays versus Hot Car Track. The Beast, Fallen Angel versus Hot Mercury. This is going to be a tough final, ladies and gentlemen. Mays with 2 clean sweeps so far. Can he make it another? Truck final. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Team Hall and Ass versus Team Ranchero Sauce. This is a one and done. Coming through, Hall and Ass out in front. Ranchero's over. Here we go. Team Hall and Ass take it. Ranchero's second. As we came down into turn 1, it was tight. The Ranchero goes a little high, opens up a window. Comes over, the Ranchero over on its roof yet again. The Chevy slips through the carnage, gets down. I was worried he was going to slow down there. Luckily takes the win because there was still one Ranchero going. Nice work, Team Hall and Ass. Smokey and the Bandit proving they've got the goods when it comes to racing trucks. Alright. The race for 3rd and 4th, ladies and gentlemen. Turtle versus Stevenson. Stevenson up on his side. Turtle through. Takes the win. That's one for Turtle. Stevenson going way high here. Flipping it up on his roof. You're not going to recover from that, especially that early in the track. Turtle for Rust Belt Racing with a fast win there. Switch lanes. Stevenson tidier this time. Both drivers close. Stevenson drifting, reversing down, takes the win. Neither driver giving an inch. Both drifting hard again, losing it, pulling a 180 coming out of turn 2. Stevenson, his signature reverse over the finish line. This is it. All the marbles. Stevenson, early lead, gets the jump. Can he complete? Goes sideways, reverses, takes the win. Stevenson, 3rd place. A great finish there from the young rookie. Coming out of that corner. He's drifting out of that corner. He really needs to tidy that up, but still does enough for the win. Staring the beast in the face. That is stunning, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to Steve Stevenson. 3rd place in his first ever tournament. That's a hell of a drive from the rookie. Turtle for Rust Belt Racing, a valiant effort there, trying everything he could to get past. Absolutely stunning. Oh, you know what that means. It's time for the final. The big boys. Mike Mays driving Hot Mercury. Fallen Angel driven by Hot Car Track. The Thunder from Down Under. Can he do it? Mike Mays driving for RTR DIECAST Racing League. Mays having a stunning run so far. Can he take it to the win? Ladies and gentlemen, get excited. It's about to go down. Here we go. Hot Car Track out to an early lead. Mays tries the overtake, but no. Hot Car Track takes the win. The Mercury unable to finish. The Mercury, Mike Mays pushing hard there. Hot Car Track just gives it a bit of extra gas. And over the line. Beautiful drive there. They switch lanes. Mike Mays coming through, taking the early lead. Hot Car Track trying to slip around the outside, but Mays takes the win. Very close race, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Hot Car Track with a stunning jump, tries to move to the outside. Mays sees him, shuts the door in his face, and says, "No thanks, buddy. This race is mine." Just a beautiful race. This is exactly what we want to see in the final. That means sudden death. Are you ready? Because here we go. They're off. First turn. Even coming out of turn 1. Even across the jump. Mays jumps to the front. Takes the win. Hot car track. Close second. But Mike Mays, let's have another look at that. They were pretty much even heading into turn 1. Both drivers hitting the wall quite hard there, coming around. Mays slightly behind, but picks it up. Perfectly timed on the jump. Let's have a look at that jump as they come down. Absolutely dead even as they come across. Mays with a little bit more forward speed. Just nudges in front of Hot Car Track. Gives him the advantage coming around that rear corner. Bouncing off the track a little bit, but takes the win. Ladies and gentlemen, your Canyon Overlord, Mike Mays, for RTR DIECAST Racing League, showing you how it's done. An absolutely stunning race. Let's have another look here. Check out this jump. Couldn't have timed that better if you were trying. Both drivers dead even, but Mays carrying just a fraction more speed gets in ahead. Mike Mays, the inaugural winner of Canyon Overlord for Chaos Canyon. A stunning event, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you have enjoyed this racing. So, here are the final results. Mike Mays, your Canyon Overlord for RTR DIECAST Racing League. Hot Car Track taking out second for Hot Car Track Racing. Going down to third, Steve Stevenson, the rookie, driving for Chaos Canyon. A fantastic drive from the young rookie there. Great effort to beat Turtle from Rust Belt Racing. Turtle putting up a very strong fight. Stevenson just able to close him out at the end. And that's how it went down. Remember, if you like this race, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll keep making this great content. Thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen. You have a wonderful day.